Hey guys, how do you do? It's Logfou, your favorite consistent YouTuber. I know it's been a bit since I posted an investigation video, but cut me some slack. I'm at college and stuff, okay? Also, big shout out to Ray for editing this video. I couldn't have done it without you. If you want to be up to date with ongoing investigations, and even help out with them, join the Discord. Anyways, let's jump straight into the video. Firstly, I would like to advise anyone who's sensitive to topics of abuse to be discreet and warned. Secondly, please do not try to do this yourself. I've previously had some so-called vigilantes approach me online, claiming they caught some bad person on Instagram, and end up sending me their entire IP address and full legal name. Thirdly, do not harass anyone mentioned in this video. I'll be blurring out all names besides Toby's main Instagram handle for their own safety. On the surface level, TobieSmiles seems to be an influencer with cerebral palsy, openly sharing their love for Starbucks, men, and style. Most of Toby's posts were dedicated to trying Starbucks drinks, and how it is living with cerebral palsy. Just to point out, cerebral palsy isn't an intellectual disability, it's a physical one. Though it could be possible that Toby has a mental impairment as well, it's fair to assume that he is fully functioning and consenting to his lifestyle choices. The initial concerns that I noticed were that many users pointed out possible abuse from his caretakers, claiming that they forced him to make these videos, consume an absurd amount of Starbucks, create cameos, songs, and AI videos. Again, these are all things I'm sure Toby is fully capable of doing himself, but there is something off about it. On the subreddit r/TobyChips, the post that always gets brought up is a clip from a livestream where Toby is getting hit with a by his caretaker. The video is very disturbing regardless if it was consensual or not, and brings me to ask the question, have the caretakers been abusing and taking advantage of Toby and his platform? There were claims that they posted more AI videos to cover up some visible scratches from his chest, but I found out later that was debunked to be scratches from mosquito bites. One of the most interesting theories I've read is this. I genuinely think that they're giving Toby Starbucks sometimes 5 times a day to kill him off faster in order to get rid of him or cash out on life insurance. He clearly isn't being cared for properly, as you can see in his videos. Scratches on his chest, always wearing dirty clothes, etc. His parents or caregivers aren't interested in caring for him, only making money off him. Okay, so this sounds very out there, but after some research, it's definitely plausible. Hear me out. Toby clearly doesn't run his account directly. I mean, look at the reposts and who he follows. Apparently Toby follows 30 Trump-related Instagram accounts, including his golf course. I won't be getting political in the slightest, but there's a bit of a dichotomy here. Clearly his caretakers have different standings and intentions than Toby, and they may be trying to push something from that. Another post included information about a lawsuit regarding Toby and his cerebral palsy. His family ended up winning the lawsuit and were granted an alleged $23,554,880. As much of an outlandish claim this may be, abusive caretakers trying to get that hefty insurance check from a disabled adult isn't out of this world. They clearly don't care for the well-being of Toby, going off of their lack of monitoring hateful comments, having the auto-reply bot respond to bait comments, and the off-putting AI videos.
I always dreamed of finding someone who's as manly as he is stylish, and maybe, just maybe, loves a mocha cookie crumble as much as I do.
Mind if I join you?
Only if you like whipped cream on top.
Deal.
You shop, you travel, you make me laugh.
There's so much to unpack here, so stick with me as we go through this rabbit hole. 2 weeks ago, I posted on r/TobyChips subreddit to ask for basic advice on going through with this investigation. No one really helped me out in the comments, but a few reached out to me directly with some interesting info. The first DM was more of a warning. I won't read it all, although you're free to if you want, just pause it. Basically, they said that they're suspicious that some Reddit accounts, especially the moderators, are pushing a specific narrative about Toby, and whoever questions the mods get threatened with removal. They also think the mods might be connected to Toby or his caretakers, which could explain why they react strongly when asked for proof about Toby's status. The second DM, however, provided direct interactions with some of the mods before getting banned from the subreddit. Again, I'm keeping all of these users anonymous, which you wouldn't be surprised finding out later. Hey, saw your post on TobyChips. I banned their LOL. The moderators both claim to have spoken with Toby, but refuse to share any information, and get extremely angry and defensive when asked any follow-up questions. I have the screenshots of our interactions that got me banned. Again, you could pause these and read through it if you want, I'm not going to read all of it. He basically voiced his concerns about Toby and how the mods/possible caretakers are brushing off concerns, saying that they talked to Toby and said he's fine, which is basically your parent pretending to call Santa and telling that you've been a bad kid. This is the DM from one of the moderators where she claims to have spoken with Toby and that he has been abused and fears retaliation. Okay, so we have a lot to unpack here. And apparently the person that DM'd me posted that entire conversation on the subreddit, which is not a good move, especially from someone you're trying to gain the trust of. Again, if it gets to the point where you are publicly doxing someone, you might not be doing it right. Then posting the conversations went directly against what the mod warned them, saying that the caretakers will see that they have been talking about Toby behind their back, and that it will jeopardize Toby's trust with them. Apparently the person that reached out to me is a caretaker themselves in a way, and voiced their genuine concern for Toby, while threatening to talk to authorities. Turns out most, if not all of the mods, don't actually have direct contact with Toby, and apparently lie about it. They also told this mod that another one they reached out to claimed that she has been trying to gain Toby's trust as well, and actually only talked to him in public posts, apparently having no real connection with them. The second mod, however, provided a little more information, especially an apparent FaceTime that he had with the mod, saying that he is scared about opening up and that he has been lonely recently. With all of these similar stories, it seems that Toby genuinely might have talked to some of them, and given them not much to work with. He's struggling mentally, he's lonely, he's scared to talk about it. It's not much, but it can be used as possible evidence that he's being silenced by his caretakers, and maybe even threatened. After that, the same Vigilante ended up sending me Toby's alleged address for some reason. I don't know what, this is not useful for me at all, but yeah, please avoid doing this when getting information from someone. This is called doxing, and this is illegal. Again, boo. So now that we got the shady Redditors out of the way, we can look back at Toby's account in general. If what I'm seeing in his Instagram stories are true, this is absolutely horrible. I'm not here to shame people for what they consume, alright? I've had 8 cavities myself, okay, I love sugar. But 4 frappuccinos in a day is absurd for anyone. If he is truly consuming 200 plus grams of sugar almost daily, Toby is putting himself at an extreme risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. The question that needs to be asked is if Toby is the one wanting to support a small business like Starbucks, or is it his amazing caretakers deciding that they need him to drink 4 frappes a day? I know the purpose of carers is to help disabled people do things that they want to do, so if Toby wanted to get all of these drinks, they're obliged to grant his wish, right? But on the contrary, they're also responsible for his physical health. If you call me an ableist for saying Toby shouldn't drink 4 frappuccinos in one day, I sure hope you don't let your friends or siblings destroy their bodies with substance abuse, just because it's their choice. It's common courtesy to look out for the health of those you love, and it's a basic responsibility of a carer to look out for the mental and physical health of the person they're being paid to take care of. Also, the captions they're using for these posts and stories make me a tad uneasy, especially knowing that Toby isn't writing these. Again, it is fully possible that he chooses to dress this way, and it's not like they're forcing the clothes on him. The only plausible concerns that have actual evidence to back it up is that those monitoring his Instagram don't actually care about the hate messages. Seriously, there are no comments deleted on any platform. Also, yeah, the AI generated videos are weird, but to be fair, the official Instagram account for the White House posts Donald Trump fanfics, so I think it's pretty tame. The only problem that is clear as day with Toby Kip's carers is his babychinos. I know it's literally his whole niche, but we have seen this happen with so many other creators, where they get pigeonholed into creating the same content over and over again because their viewers are conditioned to only recognize the creator as the Starbucks drinker, or me, who could only make internet investigation videos now. It seems extreme for now to say that he is being abused by his caretakers, especially since Toby is fully capable of choosing to do this content on his own. Why I even made this video is because of the vagueness of his caretakers, the lack of answering questions about concerns, and not addressing accusations head-on. If I had to voice my irrelevant opinion, I would say I agree with this post. Especially after hearing about the amount of money won in a case regarding Toby, it is likely that the caretakers could be trying to, unalive Toby for that insurance money, and letting him consume vast amounts of sugar at a time is a very probable way of doing so. Anyways, that's all I had to say really. If I'm completely wrong, let me know in the comments, or directly message me on Discord. I just hope that Toby's okay, and he's being constantly checked on by other people besides his caretakers. As always, do not harass anyone mentioned in this video, and don't try to do your own detective work without taking proper precautions. If you enjoyed this video and want to be updated on other things going on with the internet, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell, and yeah, all that stuff. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.